What up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, happy Thursday. Welcome in. We get some music going here. Oh, Ripski off the open. We have a gap fill down to 620, but God, we just ripped a whole 100 points above it. All right, let me get this sent out on X to everyone. I don't have anything up here to go off of, except for yes. I wouldn't be surprised to see this whole thing reverse. But so I have some levels on SPX just a little bit higher. Like SPX 6500 whole number 04. That's the levels I have up there. SPY 649. I really think that could just go all the way back. And we have this gap fill still. We didn't fill this gap, and it's a tiny gap. So like, I kind of want to short. I want to short this. It's like down here, right here. What's up, Willie? At 87% chance on SPY. QQQ, 90% chance. I think we gotta try to short it. Yeah. Hardest part's gonna be picking an entry here. This should have been the entry. This upper pivot point, 07.5 on ES. Where's that gap fill in ES? 94. AV on ES, you can try it here. I don't like that we rejected previous day high. Or not, well, we rejected it here, but we're way over it over here. Look how strong this stupid thing is. Yeah, I thought about taking that short right there on ES. Let me jump in there with you. All right, I'm trying it. It may be too early. Wait, IWM gapped up hard and it's fading. CrowdStrike back green. Broadcom strong. AMD strong. Google, Amazon. You know, Apple's weak. I don't see anything really pushing us that strong. Broadcom and Google. I don't know. Let's see if we can go down a little bit, fill the gap. I like these bottom wicks. Makes me think it's going to go higher first. Yeah, this is too strong. Probably needs to go up higher. I like the ES short better than the NQ. Yeah, this is going to go make a new high first. Hit that 750 probably. Probably I should wait for that first 15-minute candle. I guess your targets, depending how many trims you would have, target 89, definitely target 75, like 55, 58, and then down here. Yes. Gotta get under the 6,500, but 94 is your main target. 94 and then probably 90. Come on down. Let's go fill a gap. I mean, the gap are very high probability. Problem is we broke previous day high. So we need to exit stage left as soon as the gap fill happens. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. All right, gap fill on ES right here. Shorty gonna ride for me. Watch the bounce on the gap fill for when ES fills. We gotta take I took trims on NQ over here too, right here. I'm not letting this come back. Yeah, I'm not letting this come back on me. Let's see if we can get down here to like 54, 55. On ES, let's say my next target. Call it 91. I'm just gonna trail stop my ES. Should probably go ahead and trim. I'm gonna go ahead and trim again on NQ. De-risk this position down to just a third. Just a fourth left on ES. I really don't want it back over. IWM is cratering right now. Is it just me or is the music loud today? Is it just me? Boom. Willie, I just saw your message over here. Let's go. 962? Boom. I love that. I love the high probability. Let me go over to ES. 89%. That was a high probability. Yeah, I took off 3/4 of my position right there at that gap fill. How long have I been trading, Willie? I started trading in whenever GME happened, whenever GameStop happened. That's the first day trade I ever made. I started investing a little bit before that, but started actually trading like that's when I learned what day trading was. 2021. So it's over 4 years now, and I went down a whole path of. First, I was, it was whatever. I had no idea what I was doing. The GME and all this stuff. It just triggered my interest. I got into sort of like penny stocks, small caps, bios, all that. I did that for a little while, and then a little bit of started getting into options, mostly on like SPY and QQQ, and that did decent at first, and then ran into that, like, you get that early taste of success, you get overconfident, had no idea what I was really doing, blew up a couple account. I was smart enough that I didn't like put thousands and thousands of dollars in an account and blow it up. There we go. Next target hit right there. I'm taking a small trim here. Boom. Fill the gap. Fill it. Oh my god, I just got so paid on this gap fill. I'm fully out of everything. Oh my gosh. 100-point gain. How many points was that? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a good day. Oh. We got exit too. 85 was my last spot on. Oh my gosh. What a morning, Willie. Sorry I didn't finish my thing. So I got into options. I did options for a while. I also like moved countries in the middle of that. Had a lot of like stuff going on. So I was like kind of off and on trying to do it. And then once I moved down here to Mexico, I was fully basically working remote at that point. And I was able to like finally put some more. This was like late 2022, early 2023. I was finally able to like put my like more attention to it, and I started taking it more seriously. Like I kind of got rid of the gambler mentality stuff and all that. And then I got into futures. That's like 2 years ago in the summer. Got into futures and spent some time figuring that out. And here I am now. I do a little bit of both, mostly futures. But yeah, been but just over 4 years total. Futures 2 years. Took me a few months to like, probably like 6 months or so to really figure out futures like consistently. Boy, what a drop that was. You've been trading for how long? 17 months? These yeah, I would like put a $1,000, $2,000 in an account, trade it, and I'd usually do okay, and then I'd blow it up and put some more money in, trade it. It'd go a little bit longer before I blew up, and then like about the fourth time, I don't know how much I've lost on options. I mean, I'm finally net green or whatever. I made back everything I lost, but the biggest mistake I made was like trying to just like dig out of holes at first. What's up, B plus? Man, sliding in here. What's up? Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, appreciate it, man. It feels good to be back with you guys, back trading. I mean, you guys know I almost hate the term degen, but I'm a trader at heart. So I was in the hospital trying to take little trades on my phone here and there, but it feels so much better to be back. Oh man. Oh gosh, they are crushing this. Well, I wish I would have held some runners, but the right thing to do. I mean, I took a full exit on the gap fill just from the probability standpoint. I would love to see this thing just crush, but I'm not in it. But that was a great opening win there. All right, 1 second, guys. Oh. Now, where's B Trades? B Trades always says gap fill Thursday. Yeah, gap fill Thursday, which I actually there are stats on that. I can pull them up in just a second. Let me put out this tweet on this in-queue gap fill. Let me get this tweet. Oh no. Pending home sales just came out. Where did my... Just took a screenshot and it disappeared. right. Get back over here to you guys. Boy. Willie, we may be done for the day. Let's see what happens. That was a heck of a gap fill play. Yeah, I want to see what IV looks like. So just with where we're at right now, which we still have 25 minutes, this is the key. I'm going to go to QQQ. This is the key. If we stay under this opening price, that's going to be bearish. We do have previous day's high broken, which is bullish. So, I mean, this could box in. I have a feeling today's not going to box in. But this could box in literally right here by the end of the day. We'll see what it looks like in 30 minutes. We also have high form first, low form second. So, and we also have this gap to fill. I don't keep stats on that, but we have that gap to fill as well. All right, got everybody taken care of with some gap fill stats. Boy, now what do we do? Wow, that was a big buy on ES. What the hell was that? I didn't see it on NQ. Oh, there it is. 343 bought at one spot. 640. 649. Yep, that's why we exited right there. All right. Catch up with Shadow here. Sorry. Not done. So 2 more. There we go, Willie. I like that. I like that a lot. Me too. I have 2 more accounts. I'm shutting one. I'm shutting 2 accounts down, so I've got 1 more, but it's a copy traded account, so it's got 2. Yep, waiting on IB. Hey there. What's up, my man? Is it Hi or Jai or J? Or Yai? I don't know. How do I pronounce your name? Love to know that. But hey, thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us here. Made if you guys are just joining the stream, I mean, we absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed. The gap fill short, and look, so there's this gap filled. Yeah, it went down, but look, we got out. Look at this. That's why I got out of everything. Jay, okay, I'm on it. Appreciate that, mate. Cheers, bruv. Can I call you bruv? I don't know where you're from, but thanks for tuning in, Jay. Are you trading anything this morning? What we got going on? Maybe more than my expenses to start trading recently. There we go. That's the best feeling of in your trading journey when you finally get. So like, there's levels to it, right? There's like, first you struggle, maybe you get some really success, whatever. But everyone goes through where you're trying to get consistent, right? You lose money, you're trying to just get consistent. Okay, where can I get keep my head above water where I'm not losing money anymore? Then once you stop losing money, then it's like, okay, the next milestone. Did I get back to where? What happened to the music? No. Then it's like, can I get back to where I'm net green from my trading journey? That's a huge milestone. So congrats anybody making it to that. And then of course, okay, now I have more money coming in, to me than I put into this on a consistent basis. Just what a great what a great achievement. That's that. I remember when I finally hit that milestone where I was like, okay, I've stayed above water. I'm not losing money anymore. And then I was like, okay, now I'm net positive. And then got to okay, now I'm actually making income from this. And it's funny, you get to the point where you make more income from this than your actual jobs or side jobs or whatever you've got going on. It's one of the greatest feelings for sure. Let's read into these comments and see. Bookmap, Edgeful. Yeah, a few more screens. I have three monitors. That really helps me a lot. But the way I trade it, I pay attention to a whole lot of things at once. I have ADHD, so I'm able to look at a lot of things at once. I look for as many pieces of confluence as I can possibly to line up. I know some people trade different strategies and stuff, of course. I'm looking for as many things as possible. And if there's 2, 3, 4 things that I don't like right now, I don't like that we're above opening price. I don't like that we're above previous day's high. Just checking a couple things here. The gap filled. So because we broke previous day's high, we should close above this level. So far, the first hour is slightly green. We still have 20 minutes left, but slightly green. Now the IB though, we do have high form first, low form second. SPY looking much worse. It's still well below. Even though it did break previous day high, it is below the opening print. So we may have some mixed like data signals and stuff. So when things are mixed or not lining up, like it just gives me less confidence to take the trade. That's kind of how I go through it. What's up, Patrick? Appreciate you joining us this morning. I got one other little business item I'm cleaning up over here, but boy, we hit that gap fill trade. Patrick, I don't know if you were here yet. Oh, it was glorious. Willie absolutely crushed it with me. I don't know if anybody else hit those trades with us, let us know. Jump in the chat, hang out with us. Have a good time on here. Tuesdays and Thursdays is the plan. There's some big buys coming on though. All right, just hanging out. Blew my account yesterday, just the other day, looking into Edgeful and trying to improve my trading. Yeah, so I'll say this: if you sometimes like, I never recommend for people to give up or anything, or to even like take a break. I know some people do need to take a break and step back. What I do think is important here is, you've blown an account, things didn't go well, you go on a little bad streak. I don't like people that like just quit or want to give up and then try to come back into it. But I do need, like, sometimes you do need that like mental reset a little bit. Or like for me, I know if I've taken a couple losses in a row, or if I blow an account, what I need to do is like just stand up and walk away. Because otherwise I'll buy another account and just lotto it, just gamble the account for no reason, just because. Or if I take like, even though I don't blow an account, even if if I take a pretty big loss in an account, I will 100% try to spiral that, or I'll either try to save it or I'll spiral it all the way down and blow it. So what I do is I'll literally will close that account. I'll either go to the next account, or if it's been a couple losses in a row, a lot of times I will, I just won't take a trade. You have to calm down your emotions sometimes, which I've gotten much better at it over the last probably year or so. The first year I was trading futures, it was bad. I was just like, I'm just right back in a trade. But I get it for sure. Chilling, back testing. Where did I go wrong? What can I do better? So like, I don't know what you look at, Jay, but if you're reviewing, so like one, you should be able to like define your strategy, your trade setup, and where am I wrong? So like where does the trade, where do I think the trade plays out to, and where am I wrong so that I can get out if I'm wrong? Then the other thing is like, okay, what type of setup do I have? Does it have a better than like a 50% win rate? That kind of stuff. Like, does this trade work out more times than it doesn't? Is that high probability or not? And like back testing and figuring that stuff out a little bit, adding some more confluence. And then the other thing I would say is you have to have a proper system. Have to have a proper system, because if you don't, like, you're just jumping around from different things to different things. So if look, I know a lot of people that use Delta. They use the footprint charts. Like, I mean, Minx uses it very, very well, and I know people that use that, but there's got to be some, like, a little bit more confluence in there as well, and the people I know that use that mostly either scalp or they use it for a confirmation for an entry of a level they already have, right? So we're putting it together with other stuff. The other thing I would say is when you go back and review your trades. So if you're reviewing, your recent trades, a lot of people love to go back and either they do one of two things, and I think it's important that you do both instead of one of two. People go back and look at just their winners and say, well, this trade worked because of this and this and that. Or I know a lot of people that go back and they only look at their losers. Like, okay, I took a loss today. I took 2 losses today. Let me go back and look and see what went wrong. And they'll go back and just review those. But I was kind of working with somebody one day. I was just chatting with them, helping them out. And this trader would go back and look at all of their losses and be like, okay, well, this trade didn't work because of this, or this trade didn't work because of X, this didn't work because of Y, or this, whatever. Never once did they go back and look at what was working. They click, you're winning trades too, aren't you? Yeah, I'm winning trades. Okay, well, what's going right on those? Well, I don't ever look at those. Well, why? You're not reviewing what's going right. You're just reviewing what's going wrong. Like, you don't even know what you're doing right. And then when you do if you take a win and you have no idea why you took a win, like I went through a period like that right there. I would go on a nice run. I'd win. I'd have 3-4 good solid green days in a row, and I'd sit there going into the 5th day and I'd be like, I really have no confidence because I really don't know why I won these trades compared to anything else. I don't know what the difference was. It was more luck or something than anything. Like, yeah, there was some confluence, whatever, but that's where I really dove into my strategy a little bit more. How many things do I have lined up? What type of trader am I? And then that's also about the time I kind of got into to Edgeful, honestly. Because then I was like, okay, wait a second. I'm trying to trade this, but it's a low probability. That's why it's not working out. And then other times when I'm trading the same setup, in my mind, the same setup, but it's completely different probabilities because I'd look at the Edgeful statistics and that was like that last piece. So shout out to Edgeful. Paid me this morning. All right. I'm still being patient here. ES does not look good. QQQ is not doing anything. All right, what's next, team? Yeah, so I think you have to do almost like a top-down. So it depends how you trade, how you're going to trade. But like for me, and everybody trades differently, right? So there's no correct answer here, but I look at price action, I look at levels. So I'm looking at market structure, I'm looking at levels, behavior, how's the market acting? I mean, is there a bunch of bottom? I mean, candle pattern. Like, I don't even use patterns that much as like some trend lines and some basic stuff like that. But I'm just watching the price action but I'm looking at the big picture. Where are we compared to previous day high and low? Where are we compared to open? And then what statistics tell me like halfway what direction I should look for, what area I should look for to happen from Edgeful. And then I just use price action in my levels. I also use a lot of Fibonacci. But if you draw, if you draw a Fibonacci retrace, and if you see like you draw a Fibonacci retrace and you see this right here, see this? I mean, obviously this is an area, right? Very interesting area of interest. You can see it rejecting and trying to hold multiple times. That's where I get some confluence on Fibonacci as well. Like, okay, I've used Fibonacci. Pivot points, I use pivot points a lot, which is what we're hitting our head on right now. All right. I hate to look at this, but something tells me I don't have any good confluence here. I know this SPX, for whatever reason, right here at this 80. I believe this is the JP Morgan color. Amazon's making a strong push here. Google's really strong today. CrowdStrike. Wow, CrowdStrike reported earnings, went down big time, came all the way back. Oh, wow. What a turnaround on CrowdStrike. Meta looks decent. Apple's kind of nothing. Microsoft doesn't look great. Nvidia's not fantastic either. Tesla's a little weak. Kind of a mixed bag here. So I see some bullish and some, just from price action, some bullish and some bearish. Let's take a look at my screener. All right. Boy. More bearish than bullish, but a lot of neutral. That IB by rejection. Look how many. Okay, so here's all but 2 of the main tickers I watch have a bearish IB. Did SPY touch previous day's low? Did I miss that? No. Okay. There's all those gap fill stats. All right, let's wait for this IB to form. We're getting pretty close. 5 minutes away. We should target this. And this is gap fill right here. I have to start getting into a short soon. I really want to get on another short here because the IV should break the bottom side. We're 3 minutes away from it setting. Yes, looks like the better one to short. It's tough. You have one thing working against you, this previous day high. This did break at the open. But the IV should come down here. Let's see if we short this next pop. Minute and a half, minute and a half. All right. Don't make me chase it. ES is definitely a better looking short. But both of them have the same. Ooh, and we're below this, so we're going to have bearish. This is bearish. This is bearish. One bullish. I have one bullish confluence in the first hour. I have two bearish. $550 is going to be a huge level on NQ. If we lose $550, it's... Oof. Lower high. See where this closes, 10 seconds. Here's the spot. There it is. Red first hour. It's a red day. All right, I'm gonna get into a short here if this will pop. See if I get a little starter here on ES. All right. Yeah. Oh no, wrong tool. Short. Right there. Took a starter size on this one. No trums. Can add up here. All right, let's see. Need this, I got a level at 77 down there. We're under all the EMAs. We're under VWAP. This is a 233 EMA that I use. Under that, all upper wicks. IB. This is the orb and the IB are the same today. High form first, low form second. Should take the low. Only thing I don't like is this previous day high here. Opening prices here. Finish the first hour here. That's bearish too. All right, I can take a little ad here. My average is up to here. I really don't want to risk over 500, but I guess I could. Energy just caught a bit, but all right. Well, I'm in the short, yes. Ooh, that's a good stat, Willie. The other thing I don't like, there's a ton of size filling. Come on, yes. Those curious about the data, let me go pull it up. IB by rejection. %68% chance we go down. First hour was also bearish. Look, bearish, bearish, bearish. lot of bearish data here. Let's see. What can we do? What can we do? We got big upper wick. Here it is, Willie. I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna probably trim. Probably gonna trim here, honestly. 83, right at 81, and then if it can go full target, what did I say, 77? So full target, we'll just do that. Oh, now I can't see. Where am I? Well, I'm all over the map on this thing today, guys. My fingers are rusty or something. What are we doing? NQ's still strong. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is the previous day high was broken. Only thing that I don't like. So, really, this is statistically, this is where we should close. Here, let me draw this box. Statistically, we should close here today. NQ is still really strong. Whoa. Getting Q. That was a bunch of buys. Yeah, definitely. You can find me on X. That's where I mostly hang out. Here's my X handle right there. I'm staying short, but I'm short ES. Yeah, QQQ has this lovely box that it should probably close in today right here. Boy, look at gold. Oh, they're going to go stop me out of the CS, aren't they? Price action's telling me a little bit different. That's why I said there was one thing I didn't like, and that's the previous day high. Everything else is bearish. NQ looks so strong. And the other thing I'm seeing is they're just buying the crap out of this. So there's your confluence. Let's maybe try to get back out down here and minimize damage. Probably should have stopped out with Willie. That midpoint of the orb is going a little higher than I wanted it to. Boy, gold is... VIX is getting crushed. Yeah, so if I just look at the price action here, if this candle doesn't come back down and fall down here, it's because we're back green on the day, previous day high, should close above here. Based on that, I mean, we should close here, but the IB should break one side or the other. Just depends which side it breaks. Back in it. 15-minute looks too strong. It may have to come up here and reject 6,500 again. This is so bullish. Price action. Well, I think this is going to come stop me out, ladies and gentlemen. Video's got a headline about black whales in China, which we already read once today, but apparently it's getting circulated again. Really need ES to reject opening price right here and the 6,500. Otherwise, we are taking an L. God, they're still buying. Like, this amount of size thrown in on NQ today is crazy. Crazy amounts of size on NQ today. Above the midpoint of that first hour of the market. The hard thing is, I mean, all of this data is still bearish, even though price action's not. So, like, that's a tough call. QQQ. Still should close in this box down here, but crazier things have happened. And, I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm not going to ignore, just because the data says one thing, I'm not going to ignore price action right here. And I'm not going to ignore that I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds of NQ lots filling right and left, which is extremely it's extremely interesting. Oh, my man Rod sliding in here. What's up, Rod? Just to retire on dividends. Guys, I'll say this. That retire on dividends account that you see, it's right here on my screen. It's in the X chat. You got to go check out that account. Check out, he's got a YouTube channel as well. So if you're on YouTube, because I know like half of you are on YouTube, just type in retire on dividends, call him Rod. If you want to learn about dividend stocks, anything like that, you've got to check out Rod. I met him in person. Amazing guy, smart guy, works really hard for the community. Big shout out. That's been on my homework list a lot lately. I'm learning more and more about these dividend stocks. If you're even if you're a trader, you should be some type of investor, right? Should be investing. If you trade the market, you should be investing in the market. If you're any type of investor, one of the tools you need to have on your tool belt, learn about dividend stocks, learn about these high yield products that basically capture volatility and stuff for you. You guys know that I've done some work with YieldMax and love that crew. But there's a bunch of other products out there as well. I mean, just whatever suits you, of course. But put that on your homework list. Go in there and learn. Rod, like I said, retire on dividends. Ton of great videos, great interviews and stuff where, to me, like some of that stuff's like, I speak 2 languages. It's like a third language to me sometimes. Some of this, the dividend and the NAV and all this. Hey, thankfully I have smart friends, right? Just like when it comes to options trading, smart friends. When it comes to investing, got a lot of smart friends that dive into these Rule of 40 scores and all the margin compression and all this the fundamental side of businesses, PE ratios. Finding smart people and putting them in your circle, using them to your advantage is a massive key to success in the markets. Big shout out. Yes. Did we retest it there? Not quite, but close. Basically opening price. I mean, just pure price action. We're back above all the EMAs again. Back above VWAP. IWM is still getting crushed, though. Google new high of day. Amazon new high of day. Apple new high of day. Apple's really moving. Microsoft's got a big candle here, too. Tesla about to make a new low of day. Talked about Tesla yesterday. Nothing to see here. Adnan, what's up, brother? I'm about to take a loser right here, but big winner off the open. We hit short ES right here, took it literally down to here, and we hit short NQ right here, 720, and I think right here is where I got out, 580. So we had a big winner this morning. I'm about to take probably a loser on this ES IB, which is fine. Honestly, if I could just get back down here and get out, probably be the best. NQ looks like it's just going to absolutely squeeze. I mean, look at this. There's nothing stopping us from pushing, really. Boy, I don't... Everything about this looks very good. Volume seems super... It's interesting. Like, so like I watched like level 2 mostly on NQ, and I watched Bookmap, and there's been big sells. There's a huge 700 lots here on ES, right at 6,500. Yeah, 6,500 lots. So but there's been huge size filled so far. Mostly, I mean, hard to tell if it's buying or selling, but looks like mostly buying. You have to assume that NQ is going to go take the high now, which it's not the probable move, but it happens. So like that's when I get this question a lot. Let me go to the NQ IBY rejection. So high form first, 25% of the time, really 26% of the time, we do this. So like what's happening right here on NQ, where the first hour high formed first, low formed second, for this to break this only happens 25% of the time. Literally only 1 out of 4 times is this going to happen. That's why I will play for the other 3 out of 4. I'll take that risk almost any time. Today, ES was the weaker asset, so I took ES. And yes, your statistics are 29% of the time, so less than a third. So here's the thing on ES. I mean, it would have to break up here. No break would be weird. We should break one of these two sides, right? Now, the way I look at this is, if I take this short looking for this, and 30% of the time it's going to go break this, but basically 70% of the time it is going to work. I take that trade 10 times, win 7. I'll take those 3 losses. Hey, you just let me know, Rod. Anything for you, brother. We can go through some crash courses together. I'll go through some chart stuff, and you start explaining to me some of this dividend stuff. It twists my brain sometimes looking at, okay, if I put X amount in here, I'm making this much a month, but the underlying is going down. It twists my brain a little bit. I bet you have a fancy calculator. That's probably what I really need is like, okay, invest this much and reinvesting those dividends. I know that's the key. I really just need like a clear calculator or something. I bet that would be sweet. What's up, Jamaican? See you sliding in here. Got stop loss on the shorting queue with orbs. A red day for me so far. Yeah, it's been an interesting day. I know a lot of people tried to buy this up here this morning and got smoked. And I know a lot of people that probably tried to short this that got smoked. And the luxury I had is I took two wins like this earlier. So if this trade worked, I'm still green no matter what, even if this trade doesn't work out. And I went lighter on this trade because I knew I had this previous day high. Since it broke up here, previous day high broken is a strong statistic for a green day. So that's why like on QQQ, even though we're all the way up here, the first hour. So the first hour of action is what? 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. These 4 candles. We opened here the first hour. Right here is the opening for the first hour. This is where we close. So that first hour is technically red. When you have a red first hour, you should close below that level right there. So this on QQQ 574, you should close below this. But since you broke previous day high, you should close above this. So the highest probability is to close in this box. Now, obviously, we're in a raging bull market. So if you had to lean one side or the other, probably lean up, right? Problem is SPY, same kind of thing here. SPY should close above this level and below this level. Really, yeah, ES should stay under 500 and should close in a 5-point box. Is that something I really want to trade a whole lot today? Really, I want to trade back towards that. It looks like the IB trade's not going to work today. That's fine. We'll see what happens next. I didn't even really trade at all last night. I took a couple I ended up like just washing. I shorted here last night, got a little bit here, and then I think I tried it again up in here somewhere. I think I tried it right here and it didn't work, and then that happened. Pretty wild. Yeah, that daily actually looks pretty solid. I don't know. We'll see what happens. How much am I down on this trade? You know what my average is? Oh, it's 90 on the dot. I'm down about 6 points. Kind of conflicted here. I almost want to be a no trade when I'm conflicted because, so when you look at the IB, for example, let me just go to standard. So IB is initial balance for those that don't know, first hour of the market. When you look at the first hour of the market, you have a high and a low, right? Not breaking the high or the low. So this is on ES, which is same as SPY for those of you that trade, options or anything. SPY, less than 2% of the time does it stay within the first hour. So like if I go to even SPY, yes, same thing. Staying in right here is a less than 2% chance. There's a 70% chance you break at least one side. And then once you break that one side, you don't really look for the other side because it's only 27% chance for a double break. So like if this broke, coming all the way back up here is only 27%. That's over the last 6 months. You can adjust the data accordingly. I use the last 6 months of data. Feels like that's the most accurate. I know some people that will like even go back and like they'll go from April, like when the market turned around, like in April or whatever, mid-April. They'll like say, okay, I want to use the last 3 months of data or whatever and see what it looks like. But I want to have a large enough sample size that it makes sense to have a what do you call it? That it makes sense, to look at the statistics. We haven't broke either side of the 30-minute orb either. It's a pretty big orb though. 160 point orb here. Orb is opening range breakout for those that don't know. 170 point. Big orb day. All right. August is almost over, guys. We're right in the middle. right in the middle. Like, I don't see how this doesn't come take this out. So like if I know on NQ only 2% of the time we're not gonna break this, we're gonna stay inside this. Like if I do this right here, only 2% of the time are we gonna stay in this box. What would you trade right here? You'd probably look for that. Confluence above previous day high. I mean, I know it's tough. This is some big moves going back and forth. Yeah, I just can't really do anything here. I never look at a 1 minute really anymore, but this looks like a. I mean, look at that flip. So reject, reject, reject. Get over it. Hold, hold. This probably goes higher. Probably goes higher. Yeah, like NQ's. I would be almost shocked at this point if NQ doesn't go take this out. What, 9:30? There wasn't news at 9:30. This should shoot up here and take this. This looks good too. I should probably just get out of this. Probably take a 20-point scalp long right here. Almost positive you could. You headline about U.S. steel tariff reduction proposal. Yeah, I'm a 5 and 15 type of guy. 5 and 15. You should get this. I'm just gonna close this ES. There's no reason to take a loss. Can always get back in. There's no reason. I mean, I'm down. Yeah, I know I'm closing it right into 6,500, but I think it just probably wicks through, takes me out, and then you maybe get the trade. Sure got a lot slower. Well, pretty much all the earnings are done, so what are we going to talk about now? I don't even have any levels up here, do I? I have nothing to go off of. Probably right here, 770s. Tell me this isn't going to come grab this. Well, things surely slowed down here. Did we get that yet? See, I've eaten that stop 5 points higher. 3 points higher. This should take this out. There are nothing but buyers on the tape, too. That's the other thing I was saying this morning. Boom. There you go. Now do you fade this? Or you think ES comes and does the same thing? Yeah, could have taken this 20-point scalp right here. Really, more than that. Could have got in right here. Yeah, 20 points, 30 points. I mean, does this thing go another 60 points? I mean, Microsoft is. I mean, Tesla's not participating at all, but everything else pretty strong. CrowdStrike new high. Google new high. Amazon is Amazon's a screamer. It's tomorrow, last day of the month too. Probably looked short back to here too, back to 700. Once you break the high, you have a 60% chance to come back and touch this. I hadn't had a red candle in a while either. Yeah, there's not much I can do with this because they are absolutely. I mean, price action's absolutely doing one thing right now. They're just buying. Ten more minutes here on the stream this morning. I'm wondering if this is a short now. Yep. Probably should have got back in. There's a new Try Hard Holdings IPO. Try Hard Holdings is a funny name for a company. Oh, there's your box. What if we break the high on this one and the low on this one? Well, this may be a walk away type of day. Well, what was I saying a while ago? I didn't take the high, you have a high chance to retrace back to here. Didn't do anything about it. Here's a 15-minute candle. It's by just all sides of my box. This breaks down. We could still do this. This 15-minute candle is about to engulf all of these. Just sucked in a lot of longs. Oh boy. Why didn't I pull the trigger on that one, Willie? Yeah, QQQ. Let's take a look. So, gap fill, QQQ already played out. That was bearish at the open, came down, filled it. High probability filled it. The IB, we broke to the upside. The IB by rejection was actually bearish, but we broke the upside. So this is now no longer really in play. Double break is rare on this, so we really don't want to look for that. This is where it gets confusing. Opening candle continuation says bearish because that first hour was bearish. So we should close. This was kind of what I was going over. This is why I drew this box earlier on the stream. So because the first hour, this is the first hour open right here. This is where it opened. This is where that first hour closed. So the first hour was red, which means we should close underneath this level. Now we also broke previous day's high. Previous day's high means we should close green based on yesterday's close. So this right here, this is where we closed yesterday, where this is where the gap filled. This yellow line marks the gap fill. It's yesterday's closing price. Right here is where we closed yesterday. So we should close statistically above here and below here, which is why I drew this box. Well, this looks like you buy in Q here and you stay short of yes, which means I don't want to be a part of this action right now. But yeah, if you have any other questions on that, Mr. BK, that's the main data on QQQ I'm watching. This previous day's range says bearish, and we have to ask Andre why. So it's based on the day of the week or what, but I actually go to this report, it says bearish, but previous day high should have a green day. It's 83% probability. 83% probability that we close above here. And like us, what was the 75%? So here's the thing: this box, there's a 75% chance to close below here and an 83% chance to close above here. That's why I have a box. So I mean, today my strategy will be to trade back towards the middle pretty much all day. Back towards this box all day. I don't know if nice is the word on a day like today when you have conflicting data. So it is nice because it keeps you out of trouble on a day like today. Because you know, like, you have different things fighting against each other. That's an ugly candle, though. We're engulfing. 30 minutes still okay. What is the hour? Some ugly candles here. I don't even really want to trade this. This price action is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right, guys. Well, I have my boxes. I have my plan for the rest of the day. Probably hands off for the most part. Maybe try to take some scalp trades, smaller range trades back to here. But there's some weird things happening. When weird things are happening, I don't want to be a part of it, if that makes sense. When I see conflicting data, I see huge amounts of orders coming in on the futures. You see stuff like this happening, big candles back and forth like that. You're asking to get chopped in an unnatural situation. I think I'm just going to stay probably pretty hands off. Protect my my green day here. All right, guys, I gotta hop off. Next week, remember Monday's a holiday, but I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays right here every week, Tuesday and Thursday, and hopefully back to somewhat of a normal schedule. We'll see. Still getting adjusted to having a third little one in this house. Very little one, obviously. But we'll see what happens the rest of today. Remember, tomorrow's end of the month. Could get a lot of jostling for positioning. September will be very interesting. There you go, Willie. All right, I'm out. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great long weekend. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. Yeah, I don't know how excited I am about tomorrow. Probably just try to take my little shots here or there and get in and get out. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Sign up for Edgeful. DM me if you have any questions, guys. Follow me on X. I try to answer all my DMs. Anything pops up, shoot me a DM.